family, welcome to another beautiful edition of Annie Otto's vlog. If today's your first day watching me, you are in the right place. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share, like, and comment on my videos. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back. I really love and appreciate you. Alright guys, so in today's edition, we are going to be zooming into emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is something that is affecting a whole lot of people globally, but again, it's not so obvious because people mask themselves and some people live in denial as well. So emotional abuse is a pattern of behavior that someone imposes on another person, and it impairs that person's sense of self-worth. It targets somebody's feeling, somebody's self-esteem to destroy it. So emotional abuse can occur in any type of relationship, marital, co-worker relationship, be it church related relationship, be it family relationship, even ordinary friendship. Emotional abuse can still occur. So in other words, it consists a pattern of behavior that weighs down a person's self-esteem and undermines their mental health. So the underlying goal of the abuser is to control the other person. The emotionally abused people are often too wounded to endure the relationship, but at the same time too afraid to leave the relationship. So the cycle continues and repeats itself over and again. So what are the signs and symptoms of emotional abuse? Number one, unrealistic expectations. So somebody that is abusing the other person makes this unrealistic and unimaginable expectations demand from the person that is being abused. So they expect you to put on everything you have to please them. They're always dissatisfied with whatever you do, no matter how well you do it, and they keep on criticizing you, dismiss every concern you have. Number two, they invalidate you. So this kind of person undermine and distort your perceptions or your identity or your reality in life. So they are constantly criticizing you, refusing to accept your effort or achievement. That's they discredit you all around. So this kind of people make accusations that blackmails you and also ridicules you publicly. Even they abuse you verbally as well. Their aim is to keep manipulating you, making sure they present your image negatively to the world and to the family as well. They act superior and entitled. That means whatever you do, you're supposed to do it. And they're treating you like you are inferior or a counterfeit to them. They call you derogatory names and say certain things that is not meant to be said towards somebody. They put blames on you for anything that is going wrong in their life. Mistakes and their shortcomings, they put the blame on you. So they doubt everything you say or do. They attempt to prove you wrong all the time. So they make jokes about you, your financial situation, your dressing, anything concerning you. They make joke about it to make sure they put you down. They use lots of sarcasm around you to address you inappropriately. So they always act wiser whenever they see you. They act smarter. They are like on top of the world. You don't exist. They make sure they put you down. And for some of them, that's where you belong as long as they are concerned. So they do something we call gaslighting. So in other words, they mislead you to fall into traps, to fall into dangerous situations, and they will come again and tell people, hey, you see what she did, you see what he did. But they are the ones, you trusted them, but in their own mind, they knew they were misleading you until you fall into dangerous situation. They will be the first person to blame you and to judge you and present you to others very wrongly. So again, they control and isolate you. So in other words, they will make sure you withdraw from your friends and your relatives and your co-workers, everybody that are around you. They make sure they isolate you from those people. In other words, they dictate who can be your friend, who can visit you, where you can go, what you can do, and how long and how much you have to spend at a particular place. So you have to give them detailed accounts of every penny they have given you in a relationship you belong to. So they ignore your text messages, everything you do to make sure that you're floating with them. They don't care. Even your calls, they ignore it. But again, they will keep tracking you. Some of them will even put GPS track on your phone or your devices, or again, they'll be testing you. Where are you? What are you doing? You think they're checking on you. No, they are monitoring you. So this kind of people, they send you emails, send you back, then they try to track you to know how your life is going, what is going on in your life. So they hide or they take your car keys away from you to make sure that you don't go out. That's the way they control your movement. They isolate you. So they, even your phones, they can hide it from you. So then they abuse you. If they happen to have any atom of guilt of what they have done, guess what? They will buy you expensive gifts, expensive vacation packages, just to make sure they compensate you a little bit so that you feel at home again and relax and feel comfortable within them and won't even think about leaving them. So guys, what are the tips when it comes to dealing with emotional abuse? Number one, recognize and acknowledge that you are being emotionally abused. If you cannot admit it, there's nothing much anybody else can do from the outside. So you need to stop self-denial so that you can begin to heal and get the necessary steps of help required. Number two, make yourself a priority. You cannot continue to prioritize this person that is abusing you. In other words, trying to please him all the time and not pleasing yourself and not even thinking about taking care of yourself. Because once you stop taking care of yourself, it's going to get worse. So in other words, make sure that you are number one in your own life. Stop worrying about pleasing the abuser. Think positively and affirm who you are and stand by it. Number three, establish boundaries. Make a self-commitment. Tell the abuser what you will no longer accept from him or her. So whenever he or she crosses it, then you'll be able to make a decision whether to leave, whether to seek second opinion, or whatever you need to do. Set a clear boundary of what is acceptable and what you can no longer tolerate from this particular person, and please make sure you stand by it. It's not talking, then when this person sweet mouth you, you fall into the same hole that you're trying to crawl out. You need to stand your ground. Tell the abuser enough is enough. Number four, stop blaming yourself. You know, some people keep on blaming themselves, saying, oh, this is why this person is abusing me. If I have done this, he or she will not do this. If this have happened, no. There's nothing severely wrong with you, but the abuser who is doing these things. So certain things are beyond your control. You just have it in your brain that sometimes there's nothing, extremely nothing you can do to please the abuser. Is their own mental health issue to abuse people. In other words, to bully people. That's who they are. And it gives them some sense of superiority or some sense of control when they do that. So they are the ones that have mental issue that need to be checked. Practice self-compassion, self-love, self-kindness, and see how it goes. Number five, avoid engaging the abuser. If the abuser starts to argue, call you names, insult you, rage with anger, and give that person a space, walk away. Ignore that person. But do not start arguing back or fighting. That's going to escalate the situation. Number six, build a support network, okay? It can be family, it can be trusted friends, your confidant. You need to be careful when trusting friends, because some of them might even team up with the abuser, okay? And whatever you tell them, they will go back and tell the abuser. So in this part, you need to be careful. You can also seek a professional counselor so that they can counsel you on what to do and give you resources that will help you to be able to get away from the abuser and establish your life better out there with or without the abuser. Number seven, which is the last resort, work on exit plan. If you have tried the first 6 steps and nothing works, and this abuser continues to abuse you, have an exit plan. You got to leave that relationship, be it marital, family, friendship, work, church, neighbor, you got to have an exit. That means you stay away, you separate yourself from the abuser, and that will give you a better peace of mind and be able to restore your self-esteem and your mental status. Okay, guys, yeah, this is it for me. I hope we have learned one or two things about emotional abuse. It's quite unfortunate that people don't take it serious or discuss about it, but yet people are suffering from this emotional abuse seriously and globally. We have to start creating awareness and how to make sure that your mental state, your self-esteem is being restored normally and in full so that you can live a normal life with or without the abuser. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on my videos. I'm your girl, Annie Otta. I love you guys. Please stay safe. Bye, guys.